Pulitzer Prize winning novel The Good Earth by Pearl S. Buck has touched millions of readers around the world. In the next few minutes, you will discover why it remains one of the greatest classics ever written. Welcome to today's video, friends. In this video, I am going to analyze the novel The Good Earth written by Pearl S. Buck. The Good Earth is a famous novel written by Pearl S. Buck. It was published in 1931 and it became one of the most successful novels of the 20th century. The novel tells the story of a poor Chinese farmer named Wang Lung and his family. It shows how hard work, love for the land, wealth, and the human desires shape a person's life. The Good Earth won the Pulitzer Prize for Fiction in 1932 and was one of the major reasons Pearl S. Buck later received the Nobel Prize in Literature in 1938. So, the nationality of Pearl S. Buck was American. She was born in 1892 and died in 1973. Pearl S. Buck spent much of her childhood in China because her parents were missionaries. Buck's deep understanding of Chinese life helped her write realistic stories about ordinary people. Let us examine the main characters in the novel The Good Earth. Wang Lung, Lan, Wang Lung's father, Lotus, and uncle and aunt. These are some of the main characters in the book. Wang Lung is the hero of the novel. He is a poor farmer at the beginning. He is honest, hardworking, and deeply attached to his land. Wang Lung becomes rich through hard work but later develops weaknesses such as pride and greed. Then we have Lan. Lan is Wang Lung's wife. She is a quiet, hardworking, and selfless woman. She manages the home, works in the fields, and supports the family during difficult times. She is one of the strongest and most admirable characters in the novel. Now we come to Wang Lung's father. He represents old Chinese traditions. He is wise but dependent on his son. Then we have Lotus. She is a beautiful woman whom Wang Lung marries later. She symbolizes luxury, beauty, and temptation. Her arrival creates problems in the family. Then we have the uncle and aunt. They are lazy and irresponsible relatives. These people depend on Wang Lung for money. And these people, the uncle and the aunt, they represent greed and selfishness also. Now let us examine the summary of the plot of the novel. It begins with Wang Lung, who marries Lan, a servant from a wealthy house. Together they work hard on their farm. Their simple life brings happiness and prosperity. A terrible famine forces the family to move to a southern city. They suffer greatly. During a time of unrest, Wang Lung obtains money, returns to his village, and buys more land. Then Wang Lung becomes a wealthy landowner. Wealth changes him. He becomes proud and neglects Lan. He spends money on luxury and marries Lotus. In his old age, Wang Lung realizes that the land is the true source of life. However, his sons want to sell the land after his death, showing that they do not value it as he does. Some of the major themes in this book, in this novel, are importance of the land, hard work, wealth and corruption, family, nature, and social class. The land gives food, wealth, and security. It is central symbol of the novel. Success comes through hard labor and determination. This is another theme in this book. Money changes people. As Wang Lung becomes richer, he becomes less humble and more selfish. So, wealth and corruption is also another important theme in this novel. This novel also explores love, marriage, children, respect for elders, and family conflicts. It also explores subjects like flood, droughts, and famine, and it shows that human life depends on nature. The novel The Good Earth contrasts the lives of the rich and the poor and shows how fortunes can change over time. The land is a symbol of life, security, and prosperity. Olan is a symbol of strength, sacrifice, and loyalty. Lotus is a symbol of luxury, desire, and moral decline. The novel The Good Earth is written in a simple and clear language. It has realistic descriptions and has strong emotional appeal. The book is a rich portrayal of Chinese culture and rural life. Now we will examine some of the important messages in this book. One is that hard work leads to success. Also, never forget your roots. That is another important message in this novel. Another important message is wealth cannot guarantee happiness, and that family relationships should be valued more than money, and that human beings should respect nature and the land. Now we will examine the literary significance of the novel The Good Earth. It is one of the greatest novels about rural Chinese life. It helped the Western readers understand Chinese culture. It is frequently studied in schools and universities, and it is considered a classic of world literature. We will examine the awards and recognition that this book received. The Good Earth won the Pulitzer Prize for fiction. It is also the best-selling novel. It remained as the best-selling novel in the United States for several years. It has also contributed significantly to Pearl S. Buck receiving the Nobel Prize in Literature. While winding up, I would like to say that The Good Earth teaches that the land is the foundation of life. Honest work brings dignity, and wealth should never make people forget their values or humanity. That's all for today, friends. Thank you so much for being here. Bye.